Back working on the seat, and what we're gonna do is go over it with just some cheap upholstery cleaner. And then after that, we'll actually put our good stuff on it. It's got some grime on it from, I think that windshield washer bottle got up against it when I was carrying it out of the junkyard, and it had some oil on it. So just kind of want to get it cleaned up before we put the good cleaner on it, and kind of get some of these trim pieces cleaned up, and then we'll get some real good stuff on it and hopefully kind of protect this stuff, put some moisture back into it. That's better. I don't know if you can tell by the looks of it, but you can at least look at the rag. This is a clean rag to start with. So you got that much stuff off of it. And I actually left this spot till last because I didn't want to get it on my rag, and that rag looked about like that before I even got that heavy grease spot. So let's get the good stuff now. I like this leather eke, and someone pointed out in a video I made about it, when I bought it, they told me to, use the cleaner, then use the rejuvenator. And if you actually read the instructions, which, no, I don't think there's instructions on the bottle. Anyway, you actually use the rejuvenator first, then the pristine clean, and I did it the opposite way. I did the cleaner first, then the rejuvenator, which seems like that's what would make sense, and that's how they told me to use it, but that is not correct. So we're gonna set this up and put some cleaner on it. All right, we're just gonna take a clean rag, fairly clean. It's the rag I used with this before. Probably should have shooken this stuff up, but put the cap back on, shake it up. It's kind of separated a little bit. This stuff is I've probably had this stuff close to 10 years. I'm pushing my finger in, getting it between the pleats. The goal here is to put some moisture back in this seat so it doesn't crack. Now, this is not leather, and of course this stuff is made for leather, but I would think it would, put some moisture back in this stuff as well, this vinyl, whatever it is, vinyl-like material. But who knows? I could be totally wrong, but we're gonna try it, nothing else. So I'm gonna let that soak for a while, and I'm gonna go get my armrest, because we're gonna need to cut a hole in the side of the seat over here to put our armrest in. So let me go get it. All right, to mount the armrest, you're gonna need a bracket off the driver's side seat. And so that bracket is right there. And that's kind of the armrest support. And this bolts into the seat just like that. fits in there, and you've got a bolt that comes in from the from through here. So we're gonna have to peel that back and get that started, and try not to mess up our interior, our seat cover in doing so. I might try coming in, see if I can come in from this side and do it. I really don't want to have to undo it here. I'm afraid of messing this up right here. So I'll set y'all up. Probably won't be able to see much, but I'll try to explain what I'm doing. I think right before we put the bracket on, I'm going to take my knife and see if I can cut out let's make sure that goes through. Perfect. That could be trimmed just a little bit more. Make sure you don't leave a make sure you cut a circle, you know, don't leave a spot that it can tear, you know. I think that's good. It's pretty much a perfect circle. Perfect. All right, so like I said, this part goes in like this. It's got a little bump on it too, we may have to cut a spot out for it. And then we're going to try feeding this in from the side over here. I don't know how well that will work. It's working so well so far. In fact, you know what I might do is actually start it in the hole first. So it's in the hole. It should allow me to get this started. Working on it. Tight. Push it over just a little bit. All right, so we've got a decision to make. And I think I've made up my decision, but I will show y'all. 2 different armrests. This is the one I bought off a parts car. The first one I went to in the junkyard, about 1.5 years ago. I grabbed this because it was in good shape. The only real issues with it are the piping around is cracked. Otherwise, it's a little dirty, but it's in decent shape. This one, piping's good, but the interior is about gone. So this is the one off my parts car. The one off the parts car where I got the seat, it was split. So I did not grab it, but I think we're gonna go with this one. It's the best of them. We're gonna quickly put some of that stuff on it. Just because some of it's a little hard to get to once it's on. We'll do a little more with it once we get it on there, but I think that's good for right now. All right, so it's got a little button that sticks out, a little nub that sticks out from that bracket, which lines up with the notch in here. So you're gonna wanna line that up. And I don't think I will have to take that out. I think it'll work just fine. Not punched out. Then you got a wavy washer, wavy lock washer, and then your nut. I'm using a 1.1/16. It's probably metric. Well, I'm sure it is metric. I don't know what metric it is, what size, but 1.1/16 fits it. We're just going to bolt that down. Don't go crazy. Torque on it. Just get it tight. And call that good. All right. Put this back in. I know I put that other stuff on it. I'm gonna put some of this on it. This thing's pretty filthy. And then we'll put the other stuff back on it. But at least the top side I want to get with that. Yeah. We needed a good cleaner. At least on, like I said, on the top side and a little bit on the bottom. Yeah, it was really dirty. Much better. Back over it with, it's still got some on it. That should be good. Now we're going to go back over the whole seat and everything with our pristine clean. We're going to let that set for a few minutes though. One last thing while the seat's still kind of soaking, and we've got our back to put on now that we got this on. So we're going to take our little screw out. Now this back came off of a I think it was a Euro car. It does not have the pockets, which I don't really care to have the pockets, and the pockets are normally all stretched out and the plastic pieces of them break. So this thing will not have them. There we go. I think that looks nice. Better than those pockets. I've yet to find pockets in good shape in any of the cars I've seen in person. Now for some pristine clean. We got a clean rag. It is ready to go back in the car. And I don't think I'm going to video that. Not going to video that. Showed you how to get it out. Same way to get it back in.